All right, folks, thanks for joining us here on the live stream. Thanks for joining us on the channel. Coming to you from the upstairs warm area here at the West Rink at the Steele County Fairgrounds, beautiful Owatonna, Minnesota, where your u10b1 Spartacats are going to be taking on River Lakes from central Minnesota for I guess the fifth place game here, the O-Town Showdown. 12 minutes on the clock, first period action ready to begin. Cats in their home whites with the blue trim and red numbers, and River Lakes in their all blacks with the red and white trim. Referee's just waiting for a situation here. It looks like somebody needs to, I think we have an announcement. Okay, we have an announcement. This is the You Can't Teach That, or You Can't Coach That award being given. And that's in the lower right-hand corner. This is a special award for the two teams' players that have demonstrated intangibles throughout the tournament. And Olivia Shack is your Spartacats winner. So quick, brief pause before the opening face-off. I was wondering why we had extra players coming onto the ice, but now we know. Nurka, Meller, and Nelner, your forwards, with Scott and Shack, your defenders. Melissa Wilhelm will start in goal for the Spartacats, and referee looks like she is ready to go. And we are off to the races here in the fifth place game. Meller with an early opportunity, brings it across the blue line, shoots, goes to goal. It's blocked. Again, we have a bad corner here, folks. I'll do the best I can to give you a sense of what's going on. Battle along the boards, and that one's going to be sent out to neutral ice. Scott goes far side, and Nurka had not been able to clear the zone yet. It was a good idea for Scott, looking for Nelner on the far side, but Nurka unable to get across the blue line, and an offside call early here with 11:38 to go in the first period. Both teams taking third place in their respective pools. Cats with a win, a tie, and a loss. And River Lakes, I believe, with 2 losses and a win. This is Nurka, sends that in towards goal. Good defense that time. Shack tries to chip that down. You see her at the bottom of your screen. This one goes the other direction. And here's Zoe Scott retreating. Scott has it, feeds it from Miller. Miller's got a little bit of open ice, but chips it forward for Nelner. Nelner has an opportunity, far side. Runs into some defense there, and here come River Lakes. Again, River Lakes from the central Minnesota area, New London area. Olsen looking for Bauman, far side. Bauman feeds Marcel. Marcel's going to get by one. She's got an opportunity. She's got a step. Slides it across, and a great goal by Maren Olsen. What a pass by Marcel. And Olsen tallies for the Spartacats. And it's 1-0. That was a great passing combination. Marcel saw Olsen on the far side. Goldie took away the near post. And Marcel slid it across the goal. Glad we got that one on tape. That is beautiful passing and teamwork for two teammates. And with 10:49 to go here, first period, Cats out to an early lead off some beautiful passing and a great finish by Maren Olsen. Referee just checking the goal on the far end as it had apparently come off the moorings. Olsen took a spill after she scored. And River Lakes girls on the bench dancing to the music. Gotta love to see that. Here comes River Lakes across the blue line. Defense there by Olsen. Now Bauman. Bauman chips that out. It's just under your camera, folks. Olsen steams up the side, but she's poke-checked away. Cron slaps that to the middle. Olsen tries to get to it, does. Can't maintain control of it. Good physical play there right in front of the River Lakes bench. Bauman presses there, but can't quite come up with it. Here comes Cron steaming across mid-center ice. Tries to hold it in. And River Lakes coming back the other direction. Donahue and Cron were your defenders. Donahue chips that out towards the defense, and that will slide down into the corner. It's not going to go for icing. Nelner couldn't quite get that down, but Scott does a nice job of keeping it in momentarily. Miller keeps it in. Nelner will chase behind the cage. 9:52 to go here, first period. Cats already out to an early 1-goal lead. Miller centering pass. Opportunity here for Scott. Scott shoots. Good block that time by the defense. Scott wound up and really hammered that one, but the defense did a nice job of getting in front of it. This falls for Miller. Miller shoots, and a good save by the keeper. She spills it, though. It's loose. Miller understands she's going to go to the far side with that. Couldn't backhand it in. That one's going to hit the side of the net. Nurka will chase. Right side of your screen, you can't see it. I can. Miller behind the net, sends a centering pass. Opportunity here for Nilner. Nilner shoots, and it just goes wide. Miller behind the net again. Tries to slide it into the crease, hoping Nurka can slap it through, but defense doing a good job of getting in the way of that. Shift not over. Here's an opportunity for Nilner. Shoots, and that goes right through the crease. Nurka near side sends it around. Take that back. I thought he should send it around, but in fact it was stopped by the defense. Now Shaq sends it around. Great extended offensive zone time here for the Spartacats. Nilner backhand into the crease opportunity. Miller not able to get on the other end of that one. Here come River Lakes the other way. Girls in red and black streaming across the blue line. Good poke check there by the Cats, but the River Lakes defender chasing that one. Got it. She's going to have it in the corner. Tries to feed the point. Now they have a centering pass. Shaq there tries to send that into the corner. Marcel with the assist. Olsen with the goal on this end. Here comes Bauman through center ice. Hands it off. Tries to hand it off for Olsen. Didn't quite come off. Olsen goes side. Switches the ice. Nice play that time. Looking for Donahue. Donahue sends that to Marcel, who punches it into the River Lakes end. 7:56 to go. Here's this great centering pass that time by Bauman. This comes for Donahue. Donahue goes to Cron. Cron was calling for it, sends it in towards the crease, looking for Olsen, but it dribbles by everybody. Nobody could get a stick on it. Looks like Donahue's going to have another chance. She's going to try to go to goal this time. This is Bauman. Bauman tees it up, sits in the slot, shoots. Good save by the keeper. Pushes that to her right. Good backhanded pass there, opportunity for Bauman. Bauman sends it in. Marcel sending it in for Bauman. And a clearing attempt by River Lakes comes off. Donahue unable to handle that one at the blue line. She steers it back in. Cats had cleared. And a little pitch and catch there, opportunity. Olsen falls over a skate or over a stick. Gets back up quickly. And here go River Lakes the other direction. Good chip there by River Lakes. Cron spots Olsen breaking. I'm not sure Olsen's going to get on the end of this. And she's not. We're going to have icing with 6:47 to go here in the first period. Score 1-0 to the Spartacats. Again, this is the 5th place game here. The Spartacats have had an even tournament. 1 win, 1 loss, 1 draw. First game was a little bit sleepy, I think it's fair to say. Coaches and parents in attendance thought the girls were maybe a little on the sleepy side. Yesterday, 2 pretty good games by the Spartacats. And speaking of having a good game, here's Eden Miller. Miller cuts to the middle. She's got it on her forehand. She's the team's leading scorer at this point. She shoots, and a good save that time by the River Lakes keeper. She stayed right with it. Miller tapping her stick on the ice saying, I wish, I was a little annoyed that one didn't go in, but what a nice move to the forehand. She had defense breathing down her neck, but she managed to steer that on goal. Miller again with an opportunity, takes it behind the goal. Backhand feeds out for Scott. Scott at the point sends that in, but good defense that time by River Lakes. Nilner fires towards the crease. That took a couple of bounces, and that was in on goal. Do not have an official shot count here, but if I had to guess, I would say it's probably in the range of 6 or 7 to 0 at this point. Scott keeping it in. River Lakes trying to battle behind their net. Now they come into the dark corner. Nurka's there, tries to slide it towards Miller. That took a ricochet. Here comes Miller. Miller feeds Nilner. Nilner sends it across, but no one was there. Nurka in the corner. She'll dig it out, sends it for Shaq. Shaq shoots from distance. That one went wide. Miller, though, with an opportunity, claimed the rebound and sent it in, but the keeper doing a nice job of stepping that on that one and sending it back out. And this one will find, well, I thought it was going to find neutral ice. Shaq somehow kept it in right below our camera. 5:25 to go here, first period, and that's going to be a clearance. Now that is off of Zoe Scott, so this will not go for icing. Shaq around the cage. Check it. J-War has checked in. I missed J-War coming onto the ice, so apologies there. This one comes back the other way, and Olsen will go deep to get this one. Donahue sends that out towards the side wall. Here's Marcel. Marcel waves at that one, but couldn't quite get a stick on it. River Lakes with an opportunity now. They've got a few players in the offensive zone. Here comes Cron. Cron sends it forward for Olsen, and now it's cleared to neutral ice. Donahue and Cron have a conference on who's going to take that one. Donahue ends up taking it, and here comes Olsen. She steams over the blue line. She's centering pass, looking for Marcel. Almost came off. That would have been a heck of a pass. Marcel, heavy contact over in the corner with the wall. Bauman back checking there, far side, nicely done. This comes for Cron. Cron sends it out towards Donahue, who is trailing the play, and Donahue has Marcel breaking. Now has Olsen breaking. This is going to be in on goal, and the keeper is going to squeeze that one for a frozen puck with 4:06 to go here in the first period. 2 games before us, both went to overtime. 1 game went to a shootout. Last game right before this one ended up, let me see if I can move this camera just a little bit here. Maybe give you just a little more. Let's see if I can give you just a little more. I'll lose a little bit of that corner then. All right, in any event, we'll go back to where we were. Milner unable to get her stick on that one, being in a good position though. Here comes Nurka over for the forecheck. Scott tries to hold it in, sends it back in. Milner had cleared the zone along with Miller and Nurka. Nicely done. Girls really picking that up in this game, doing a good job of trying to clear that zone to allow a quick change in terms of now see it comes out, and here come the Spartacats, and Miller just got across just in time. Nicely done. That's going to be out as Zoe Scott couldn't quite keep it in the zone. And we have offside and a neutral zone face-off for your white-clad Spartacats, going from left to right on your device. 3:27 remains. Bauman, Olsen, and Marcel, your forwards. Cron and Donahue, your defenders. Donahue chips that one to this side. Olsen gives chase. Cron also gives chase. Cron has it, sends it forward for Olsen and Bauman. Olsen down in the dark corner. Cron tries to slap at that one and goes the other way. Cron loses her stick. Bauman does a nice, strong job of taking that one off a defender's stick, and now the forecheck is on for the Spartacats. Oh, good pass that time by River Lakes, and they will come out. 2-on-1 opportunity. Cron across. Does a nice job of forcing that one back. So Cron didn't get a piece of that puck, but forced the player to go backwards, created a potential offside position. Good poke check there that time by Cron. Cats just need to clear that one out of the center, and they do. Now this is going to go for icing, but I don't think that puck's going to make it with 2:30 to go. Nope, that puck's not going to make it. Marcel, on the other hand, gets a touch to it. Lost her balance there a little bit. Nurka unable to keep that one in. This is Scott, or Shaq, Shaq to this side. Shaq tries to draw that one out. Scott steps up and punches it out into neutral ice. Nelner's going to chase this one. She's going to get to it first. She plays it off the board. She cuts to the middle. Opportunity. Miller. She passes to Miller. Miller shoots and scores. Great passing combination. Nelner to Miller. And it's 2-0 to the Spartacats. Both goals for the Spartacats. Pretty passing plays. This one, number 2 from number 1. And this celebration not quite as smooth as the goal, but no style points on the scoreboard. What a great pass by Nelner, finding Miller, and Miller putting it away. So 2 great passes have set up great goals. One from from Marcel to Olsen. This one from Nelner to Miller. So I think I got that all on video. I sure hope I did, because it was a thing of beauty. It was a good pass, had to be a good finish too. Still a nervy thing, even if you've got a mostly wide open net, for a young U10 player to cash in and make sure it happens, that's just fantastic. But that pass had the perfect weight, sliding across the ice, just at the perfect speed. And now Shaq at the blue line keeps that in. Minute 15 to go here in the first period. Score 2-0 to the Spartacats. Spartacats starting a change. This one comes out to neutral ice. Here's Scott. Scott pitches that forward, misses everybody, goes to the Stars. I understand that they're called the Stars. This is Lauren Cron behind her net. Gets her stick on this one. Now she comes steaming around the corner, feeds it up for Olsen. Olsen has it there. Olsen tries to go to the middle. Good broken up that time, and Marcel's going to chase. Is somebody in a white jersey going to get on the end of this? Not that time. Olsen carrying it, carrying it all the way back and around her cage. Maren Olsen not taking any chances there. Now she's got a head of steam. Tries to puck handle, but can't quite get it out of the zone. This one goes past Cron and finds Donahue on the other side. Thought Olsen might turn around a little earlier than that. Pass from Donahue, intercepted in the middle. And this one wraps around to the far side. This one held in at the point by River Lakes. River Lakes now an opportunity to set up, but Olsen gets in front of that one. That was a bit of a telegraph pass. Olsen pumps the legs. Opportunity. Uses her shoulder to get it off. Shoots. Good save. Glove save. Just at the buzzer. It would have counted if it would have gone in. But a great save that time by the River Lakes goalie. And it remains a 2-goal deficit for River Lakes. So 2 goals in the first period, one by Olsen, the other by Meller, off of 2 great passing plays and great assists from their teammates. And we'll be back in 1 moment with the second period.
Oh, I need that! Wait. Yeah. What a shot. Why are we...
Actually, I'm going to move the camera this way a little bit. Might as well have the dark corner be darker. Might as well get as much of this corner as we can. There we go. I mean, if the corner is going to be dark anyway, you might as well just eat it. All right, here we go. River Lakes needs an extra player. Stars now have the right number on the bench, or excuse me, on the ice. Teams have switched ends. Cats will be going from right to left here in this second period. Melissa Wilhelm back in net for the Spartacats. Nelner, Meller, and Nurka, your forwards, with Shaq and Scott, your defenders. Nelner pokes at that one, gets it forward, just under the camera here, steams up the left side. Comes for Scott. Scott sends that down around the cage. River Lakes tries to get that out, feeds the point. Shaq shoots from distance, tipped by Miller inside, but goes wide. This is Nurka. Nurka with a centering pass. This will also come for Shaq. Shaq shoots from distance. Oh, opportunity there. That one hit a lot of people coming through. Miller really loves to work behind that net, and here's an opportunity, and she scores. Miller off the back. I think she maybe used the back of the goalie. What a crafty little goal by little number 2. And it's 3-0 now to the Spartacats. Miller really likes, I think it's fair to say, she really likes to have that puck behind the goal. And a couple of times already this season, we've seen her use the goalie, or we've seen her just tuck one in. I'm not sure there's going to be an assist on that one, but it was still a pretty goal, no question about that. As I said earlier, no style points on the board for goals. It's just, did you score or didn't you? Big battle here for Scott, taking on a couple of River Lakes players here on the near boards. Now a couple more Spartacats come over. It's a conflagration near the blue line. All sorts of pushing and shoving. And now the puck finally comes free and comes out. And River Lakes retreats to their own end. Sends it forward, taken there by Nolner. Nelner sends that across. River Lakes on the far side. Held in momentarily by Cron. Nelner chases. This one's going to, I thought it might get out. It does get out. Cron lost it in her skates. It's fed forward. This is Meller. The Cats are in the middle of a line change. So Miller's by herself in this new Left side of your screen in the corner. Falls for Donahue at the point. Donahue sends that back down deep, but it's sent back out by River Lakes. They try it again, and Bauman will give chase on the forecheck. Donahue holds the point. Marcel's in the middle. Bauman tries to keep it in. Battles there, left side of your screen. This one comes out to neutral ice, and this one will squirt down. I don't think this is going to go for icing, and it's not. Kron's going to chase that one around Wilhelm's cage. Send it forward for Olsen. Big collision there at the blue line as multiple bodies go down. Here's an opportunity for Kron. Kron has that one. She's going to come up from her defensive position. It's a 3-on-1. She feeds Olsen. Olsen around the defender. Shot. Great save by the keeper. Danger not over for River Lakes, but now the whistle blows and a great save by the River Lakes keeper to keep this a 3-goal deficit. It was a good passing combination between Kron and Olsen. Olsen made a great move. Girls are definitely playing the kind of hockey they played yesterday. As opposed to the hockey they played on Friday, which was, as we said earlier in the broadcast, a little bit, to use the coach's characterization, a little sleepy. Scott shoots that one, but that one hit a stick, and now we'll go back out to neutral ice. Ooh, dangerous D-to-D pass there, but it manages to come off. River Lakes was unlucky not to get a stick on that one. Wraps around the River Lakes cage. River Lakes tries to send it up the far side. Olivia Shack, you can't teach that. You can't coach that winner. I think that's what it's called. It sends that back down. Here's Olsen behind the net. She punches that out, and Shack will have another opportunity. She says, let's try that again, but this time River Lakes savvy to what Shack was trying to do and manages to punch that out to neutral ice. It's 8:39 to go here, second period. Scott sends that forward. This is going to go for icing unless something happens here, and yep, that's going to be icing. So icing with 8:31 to go, score 3-0 in favor of the Spartacats. So we'll have a new defensive zone face-off to the left of Melissa Wilhelm. Miller, Nelner, and Nurka, your forwards. Donahue and Kron, your defenders. Face-off win that time by River Lakes. Sends that back down behind Wilhelm's cage. Donahue reverses that one. This one comes for Nurka, near side. Check it, that's Nelner near side. Nelner by a couple of defenders. She's got a head of steam. She steams over the blue line. Opportunity for Nelner. Nelner shoots. That one was just a little bit wide. What a wicked shot, but it went wide. And big collision there on the far side as Nurka ended up on the wrong end of that one. Kron steps up, tries to keep it in, slides it towards the crease. Nelner's going to try this again, see if she can get it on goal. She does. Comes to the far side. This is Kron. Kron at the point. Passes to the middle for Nurka, but it didn't quite come off. I don't think maybe Nurka wasn't expecting that. And offside as Miller was unable to clear the zone. With 7:43 to go here in the second period, score 3-0 to the Spartacats. This is the O-Town Showdown 10B1 fifth place game. Marcel, Olsen, Bauman, your forwards. Donahue and Kron still out on D. Marcel unable to quite get a hold of that puck, and now it slides down the other way. Marcel battling there just below our camera. Goes back into the Spartacat end. This is Marcel. Marcel across the blue line. Good defensive play there by River Lakes. Turns that puck over. Marcel gets it back, tries to send it forward, but Donahue unable to hold the blue line. River Lakes almost had a breakaway there, opportunity. Here's Bauman over the blue line. She pulls that one into the middle. Marcel tries to slide it in, and the Spartacats were changing defenders behind them. So Scott and Shack out on the ice. Marcel tries to swing at that one. Check it, that was Bauman. Again, 28 and 26 look a little bit alike from up here. This one comes near side. Zoe Scott's going to try to keep this in. She does. Scott powers by one defender. Now she slides in, shoots at a bad angle. Keeper did a good job that time squeezing down that near post. 6:27 to go here, second period. Nelner shoots from distance. That one's going to be gloved by the keeper, and a whistle and an offensive zone face-off for the Spartacats. Face-off win nominally by River Lakes, but it comes to Nelner. Nelner backhands that one over to Shack, but it slipped out of the zone. Cats need to clear the zone. Here comes Nurka saying, oh, I got to get out of the zone. Shack goes to Miller. Miller brings that one across the blue line. Has Nelner behind her. Miller weaves in amongst a couple of the trees. Gets into the corner, fires to the crease, hits the side of the net. Now River Lakes on the far side. Nurka tries to keep that one in, does momentarily. Shack at the point. Her shot is blocked. This falls for Nurka. Nurka sends it in towards Miller, but Miller unable to unload the gun. This comes for Scott. Scott shoots from distance, takes a deflection in for Nelner. She can't quite get a stick blade on it, and River Lakes has a chance to clear, but Scott holds it in. Scott pushes that one into the corner. And now River Lakes breaks out and gets a clearance. This is Shack. Shack will bring this one down behind J War, who has taken Wilhelm's spot. Shack sends that up, but it's kept in by, I thought it was going to be kept in by River Lakes. Nice job by Izzy Nurka there, just picking the pocket of the defender. The defender not happy about that one at all. Kron has it, sends it across, opportunity for Nelner. Nelner doing a great job getting on the side. Nelner shoots, it's deflected and blocked that time. But the defense, Nelner gets it back and shoots again. This time it's a goalie save. Cats are buzzing around the goal. This one comes to the point. Kron at the point, feeds that back down for Olsen, but couldn't quite get it on her stick blade. Now Olsen behind the net. She comes in towards the crease, and an opportunity for Bauman, and a great save by the keeper. Bauman and Marcel were camped out at the top of the crease. Olsen brought it into the crease, but the keeper did a great job of getting her body in front of that puck, and we stay at 3-0. 4:33 to go here, second period. River Lakes coming away with that puck, and we'll bring it up the far side. Kron and Donahue on defense. Kron goes for the poke check, gets the poke check. That's offside against River Lakes, and we'll have a neutral zone face-off, 4:20 to go. Face-off win by River Lakes near the blue line. This falls, however, for Olsen. Olsen's going to hit the Jets and try to go, but she's going to be late, and that's going to be out over into neutral ice, and they're in offside. Cats doing a good job of playing their positions. Good energy from the girls in white and blue. Miller, Nelner, and Nurka, your forwards. Nelner that time gets to that one, slides it to the middle. Oh, that was a great centering pass. Nurka almost had a chance at that one. That puck gets around a couple of Spartacats, comes to the point. Can Donahue hold it in? She can't. Kron's going to try to backhand it and keep it out. She does momentarily, but now it finds its way into the Spartacat end. And right back out as Nelner has it. She steams through center ice. She's got some friends there right below our camera. Loses possession of the puck, but she's quickly back up on her skates. And to the back check. Here goes Miller trying to punch it out. She does. Kron with it. Kron goes to Nelner. Oh, what a great pass that was. Nelner with an opportunity. Nelner in on goal. Nelner shoots. Oh, it's a good save by the keeper. Steers it back to the middle. Steers it back to the middle again. Defender selling out. Absolutely brilliant effort by the River Lakes defenders to keep that out of the net. Keeper did a great job. Defense did a great job. Good pass by Kron, set up Nelner. This is Bauman fresh off the bench. She's dispossessed in the corner. Olsen's going to give chase. Marcel's going to give chase. Olsen knocks that one down. Feeds the point. Scott and Shaq are back out. This is Shaq. She steps up. Sends that in towards goal, and that took a wicked hop. River Lakes feeds up and out of the zone as Scott can't quite keep that one in. This one's Shaq. Shaq far side, tries to lay that off for one of her teammates. Does. This is it Bauman or Marcel? Somebody's got it over there and sends it down behind the River Lakes cage. 2:18 to go here, second period. Score 3-0 to the Spartacats. Zoe Scott pushes that up near the scorer's table. And that one comes out, and Scott sends that back in, and Marcel, Olsen, Bauman, a cast of hundreds were offside, so there'll be a neutral zone face-off with 2 minutes, 2 seconds to go here in the second period. I have to say this is even better. The Spartacats looking even better right now than they were yesterday. With the passing involved, for those of us who want to see these girls grow as players, they're making some great passes. Cron tries to feed that through Bauman, but it doesn't quite come off. Cron's going to take this all the way. I thought she was going to go behind her cage. Glad she didn't, actually. Good chip there by Olsen. And the reason I say that, it becomes just a bit too predictable sometimes when you're always going behind your cage. Here's Olsen. Opportunity for Maren Olsen. She comes in and shoots and scores. It was a 3-on, might have been a 3-on-0, 3-on-1, and Olsen cashes in, and now it's 4-0 to the Spartacats. So Olsen with a brace. Good passing combination that time by the Spartacats, and a great finish by Maren Olsen. So with 1 minute, 31 seconds remaining here, second period, Cats stake now to a 4-0 lead. Shaq has been moved to forward. Nelner and Meller out there along with Shaq on the forward line. This comes for Donahue at the point. Donahue goes across for Cron. Cron walks that in. Cron shoots from distance. Good save that time by the keeper. Opportunity as it's still loose. Cron's going to have another chance at it. She tries to go to goal, but it's blocked by an alert defense player. This is Nelner who shoots, and that one was off the keeper. River Lakes keeper is playing out of her mind. She's playing a great game so far. This comes from Nelner near side who shoots. That's blocked, partially blocked. She gets it back, tries to steer it in with the backhand, and it comes to naught as River Lakes is able to punch that out to the side. Now River Lakes chips that around Donahue and will go the other direction. Cron says, I'll see what I can do about that, and sends that the other way. Here's River Lakes with an opportunity. 2 shots, 2 players in on, that's J-War. Great scoring opportunity for River Lakes. Let's see if the Cats can get a clearance, and so far they have. Shaq's going to chase this one at the blue line. Here goes Shaq. Shaq's got Nelner into the middle. Shaq to the side. Shaq's going to shoot. Shaq, and a good save that time by the keeper. Excellent job that time by the Spartacats with 9.1 seconds to go. And let's see if the lineup changes continue here. No, we still have Bauman, Marcel, and Olsen at your forwards with Scott, and now Nurka has moved to defense. This one kept in for Olsen. Olsen sniffing a hat trick, and that one's going to be squirting out of the zone just as time expires. Second period has come to a close. Score 4-0 to the Spartacats. River Lakes with a nice flurry there to end the second period, but Melissa Wilhelm and Ruth J. War still pitching a shutout. We're back for third period action right after this. All right, 12 minutes on the clock. We'll see. We do have some lineup changes as Donahue and Cron are out there with Olson now on the forward line. Bauman and Marcel, your defenders. Wilhelm is back behind goal. This is Bauman. She'll circle behind her own net. Go for Cron. Cron whiffs at that one. Looks for Olson, but it doesn't work. Doesn't come off, I should say. And it's sent back in by River Lakes. This is Bauman again. Cron with it. Chips that out slowly. Here comes Olson. Olson's got Donahue in the middle. Olson cuts to the middle, feeds Donahue. Donahue shoots. That one goes behind the River Lakes cage. Donahue with it there. Sends it out front, but nobody there. Bauman. This comes for Olson. Olson's going to get her stick on it, sends it in. And a good save that time by the River Lakes keeper as Cron was smelling blood. Spartacats with a 4-0 lead here early in the third period. Miller's going to shoot from distance. Oh, good save opportunity. Nelner with an opportunity. Can she get a stick on it? Couldn't pull the trigger. Scott backhands that one down into the crease. Miller gives chase. She's going to come up with it. Opportunity, another opportunity for Shaq. Shaq shoots, and somehow the River Lakes keeper keeps that out of the net. I don't know if she pinned that up against the post or not, but what a save by the River Lakes keeper to keep this a 4-goal game. Miller set up Shaq, and Shaq had an opportunity. Shaq, I thought for sure Shaq would score there. Mirka misses that one. This one's going to come back, and here comes River Lakes the other way. Scott with it, the defense. River Lakes brings it across. Scott with a good poke check. Gets this for Nelner. Nelner hits the Jets and goes by one defender. Now she's got to deal with the second, sends that towards the center. Shaq's going to get this one early first, sends it out to the top. This is Scott. Zoe Scott shoots from distance, stopped by the defense, and that one's going to squirt out to neutral ice. Kept in by Nelner. Nicely done that time. Nelner being patient at the blue line as one of her teammates still hadn't cleared, and this shot goes in on keeper, and the keeper squeezes that one. 10:01 to go, 4-0 lead for the Spartacats. River Lakes keeper absolutely playing out of her mind right now, doing some great job keeping the Cats off the board. Olson, Cron, Donahue, your forwards. That face-off win nominally by the Stars, but this one comes for the Cats. Stars now get a hold of it. Cats try to keep it in, can't. Marcel sends it one direction. Battle there for Olson. Bauman has it, goes to the far corner. Marcel battling there in the far corner. Now River Lakes to the middle. Oh, and Wilhelm has to get down into the squat for that. Cron looks for a teammate, tries to pass it out, does pass it out, hits off a couple of players, goes down into the other end, and River Lakes hacks at that one. As unlucky that time, Mira Donahue unable to get out of the zone with 9:16 to go here, third period. In the fifth place game of the O-Town Showdown between the u10b1 Spartacat Blues and the River Lakes Stars. Cats unable to come up with that offensive face-off. Now it comes for Donahue. Chips that forward for Cron. Cron's going to win this race to the corner. What's she going to do with it? Is she going to pass to the middle? She does pass to the middle. Opportunity for Mira Donahue, but it just went wide. She was being tied up there by a defender. It was a great pass right through the crease. And Bauman unable to keep that one in as she lost an edge. Marcel has an opportunity. Marcel's going to bring that across the She's going to bring that across the blue line. A little bit of stick work there from River Lakes. And I think we're going to have finally a penalty, and we are. And so a penalty coming here against River Lakes, a hook or a trip. I'm not sure what the referees are going to call, but the vaunted Spartacat power play that I don't think has scored yet this season. I don't know. That may be a little cruel. I think maybe we might have scored yesterday on the power play. I can't remember. I have to check my notes. In any event, with 8:36 to go, third period, Spartacats will have a 1-minute power play. As soon as the 1 minute is up on the clock, it is. Puck is dropped. An opportunity here. This comes for Shaq. Shaq sends it to the middle. Miller is there, tries to get to it, does get to it. Nelner camped out near the top of the crease. This one comes inside into the slot. And River Lakes break, coming the other way. Player lost her balance. This is Zoe Scott. Zoe Scott brings it in, shoots from distance, misses the net. That one goes behind the net. It was claimed by somebody in the corner. Scott with it again. Nelner's going to try to send it in towards goal. One River Lakes player without her stick, and a Nelner shot finds the glove or chest protector of the keeper with 7:57 to go. 22 seconds left in this man advantage for the Spartacats. Miller, Shack, Nelner, your forwards. Bauman, Marcel, your defenders. This is Bauman. She gets a hold of that one, tries to send it in. Miller tries to pitchfork that one on goal, but can't quite get it to go. Now she sends it back in, but it's intercepted that time. River Lakes now with possession of the puck behind their own cage. Excuse me, sorry, some bad camera work there. River Lakes coming through, trying to get this to neutral ice. Can't. Shack with an opportunity. Shack goes for Nelner. Nelner has an opportunity. She shoots, but that's a good block by River Lakes. Nelner sends that one into the middle, but keeper had a good shot, had a good hold of that near post. And now River Lakes will clear the zone. This is Marcel. Her dump-in attempt is blocked. That's good because the Spartacats were offside, but here comes Nelner. Nelner shoots from distance, and again, that one's going to hit the keeper. So Nelner absolutely peppering. I think Nelner may be leading the team in shots on goal. She may have 5 or 6 in this game. She's absolutely peppering the goalie. They're just not slipping past the goalie at this point. Still 7:07 to go to see if Aurelia Nelner can get one on the board. Olsen, Cron, Donahue, your forwards. Marcel and Bauman still out there on defense. This puck's going to find its way out to neutral ice. Marcel tries to send that back in. She does, and the Cats had not cleared, and we will have an offside violation. 6:53 to go here in the third period. Score 4-0 to the Spartacats. Cats nominally win that one. Here comes Cron with an opportunity. She's in check. Has that puck taken off of her stick. Donahue will give chase to the far side. Olsen patrolling the middle. Player falls down. Donahue with an opportunity. This comes for, comes for Cron. Took a wicked hop. Cron feeds the point. This is Nurka. Nurka sends it back down for Cron. Let's see what Cron does in the corner. First, she's got to get a hold of it. She sends it back in towards the crease. Tipped on by Donahue. And the River Lakes keeper squeezes that one for a defensive zone faceoff. 6:26 to go here. Third period. Spartacats comfortably out in front, 4-0, I'll say at this point. Scott wins that one for Shaq. Shaq shoots, good save by the keeper, pushes that wide. You get a sense that this keeper's going to do a good job of keeping the puck out, but you got to go for rebounds. Here's Shaq shooting and scores! Oh, Olivia Shaq shoots and scores. Did not have that on my radar. Thought Shaq might send that in low, but that time she went high. Good goal by Olivia Shaq, and it's 5-0 favor of the Spartacats. That one was up and over the keeper's shoulders. The keeper's done such a good job of taking everything away down low. That time Shaq had to go up high. And she cashes in for the Spartacats. It is actually 5-0 with 6 minutes to go here in this game. And surely the Spartacats are home from a win-loss standpoint. Again, we don't have an official shot tally, but I would say the Cats are out shooting the Stars probably in the realm of 4-1 at this point. Maybe 5-1. River Lakes just not able to get any kind of consistent offensive pressure, as Wilhelm still in net for the Spartacats here. Shaq to the near side. Shaq shoots. Well, that's loose in the crease. Ooh, that was a wicked shot by Shaq. And unlucky there for the Spartacats that no one was able to get on the other end of it, because that was a nice juicy rebound sitting in the slot. This is Miller who punches this out to neutral ice. River Lakes clears. This is Miller again. Sends it forward. This is going to find Nelner. Nelner's going to hit the Jets. What's Nelner got left in the tank? She's been rushing up that side all game long. Has plenty in the tank. Sends it around looking for Cron. Cron punches it back in. Here's Olsen with an opportunity, and Olsen scores. That is a hat trick for Maren Olsen. I think that is her first hat trick of her career. And Maren Olsen scores the hat trick to give the Spartacats a 7-0 lead. Check it, 6-0 lead. And that is what happens when you stay with it. You keep going. Don't give up on the play. And Maren Olsen records her first traveling hockey hat trick. Nicely done, young lady. Well, she had two early in the game. Wasn't sure if she'd get that third, but she managed to do so. As Ruth Jaywar now in net. Paddles that one to the side. Olsen, full of extra steam, goes the other direction. Could have blown a whistle there as Marcel was knocked down. Donahue sends that one to the far side. 4:22 to go. River Lakes digs that one out of their far corner. Here come the Stars. They chip that one off the boards. This one will come for Bauman. Bauman gets that onto her forehand. Chooses to go backhand with it. Donahue gets it out of the zone. Cron lurking bottom of your screen. Looks like she's trying to open up the ice. And here come the River Lakes Stars. River Lakes around. That shot is blocked. Ooh, that took a wicked hop. And here comes Cron. Cron one-on-one. Opportunity for Lauren Cron. What she got in the tank? She shoots. Oh, she hit. I'm not sure that one went in. They're calling it a goal. It's a goal for Lauren Cron. The referee has a better view than I do, but the way that puck came off the crossbar, I thought for sure that it hit the crossbar and come out. Referee absolutely positive that was a goal. Nice shot by Lauren Cron. And that's 7, and I think that's running time if I'm not mistaken. So we, with 3:11 to go, we'll be wrapping this one up fairly quickly. Here comes Shaq across the blue line. Shaq slides this one to the middle. Miller and Nurka now your defenders. Scott, Shaq, and Nelner your forwards. Miller's going to try to keep this one in. I think she does. She does, according to the referee. This is fed across for Shaq. Shaq with an opportunity. Shaq sends it towards the River Lakes keeper, who pads that one aside. 2:45 to go. Nelner making friends and influencing people in front of the goal. You can see that on your screen. It's rather entertaining. I can't see what's going on in the dark corner, but watching Nelner battle two players in the middle is kind of fun. Nelner to the far side, slaps that one in. Here's Scott chasing deep on the forecheck. Scott claims that one, sends that out. Opportunity for Nelner. Nelner shoots, and I think a save, and yet another shot and another save. Nelner's got to be thinking, gee whiz, what do I have to do to score here? I think, honest to gosh, I think if you go back and watch the tape, I think you'll see she's had maybe 8 or 9 shots on goal now. Just crazy amount of shots. She's been very active on that left side. Minute 52 to go here. Third period. Olsen wins that one. This comes for Bauman. Bauman shoots from distance. That's going to take a couple of bounces, and it'll be squeezed by the River Lakes goalie. Again, running time, so with a 7-goal deficit. You see Donahue congratulating Bauman on a good shot. Bauman saying, yeah, I know. Going to keep shooting from distance if I can get it. Olsen takes the face-off, sends it across for Cron. Cron comes to the near side. Is she going to feed the point, or is she going to center the pass? Centering pass is broken up that time by River Lakes. Cron hustles back and gets it. Can't see what's going on in that corner, at least on the video. This one's going to go cross ice. I don't think Marcel's going to be able to keep this one in. No, she doesn't. And that will be offside against the Spartacats with a minute to go. Started out a little bit nervy wondering what kind of team would take the ice for the Spartacats. And in the first period, we had a couple of beautiful cross-crease, cross-pass, cross-crease goals. One for Olsen, one for Nelner. One for Miller from Nelner, and Olsen's, of course, from Marcel. And that made it pretty easy at that point. An early lead for the Spartacats was something that they could hold on to. 30 seconds left now in a rapidly moving third period. Scott now with it. Scott sends that to the middle looking for Nelner far side, but that's broken up by the River Lakes defense. River Lakes bringing that across center ice. It's turned back by Shaq. This one gets dumped in, hits Nurka's stick with 10 seconds to go. Nurka will just play this out for Nelner. Nelner with an opportunity. There's 5 seconds left. She sends that in, and it hits the side of the net, and that will do it. So the Spartacats, the u10b1 Blue Spartacats, prevail here. 7-0 your final score. A hat trick for Maren Olsen, a clean sheet for Ruth Jawar and Melissa Wilhelm. And the Spartacats take 5th place here in the O-Town Showdown in the u10b1 bracket. Thanks for joining us here, folks, on the live stream, and we'll see you next time.